What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's third exclusive segment from the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Anthony.
And for this exclusive segment, we are going to be doing our weekly best bets episode. We have not been doing good lately. You should probably check the record, but we have not been doing good lately. That's simple. So we are going to try to get back on track this week. Also, be sure to check out our other content. On Tuesday, we did our
mock draft,
semi-bi-weekly mock draft episode and our weekly recap of what happened. Yesterday, we did a podcast where we did our weekly pick'em series with a special guest. Check it out on the podcast. And we did our Stardom Situm episode for fantasy. Be sure to tune in and listen.
The greatest podcast on turf fantasy expertise is back. We did our weekly for week 14 fantasy football Stardom Situm last week. Be sure to check it out. We have the best fantasy advice around. We answer your comments. We post it on TikTok as well, so comment on our TikToks if you need to. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at The Greatest Podcast OT for giveaway details, tailgate details of some of the sporting events coming up local to our area. Show us love. And with all of that being said, none of that would be possible without our sponsor, My Family's Business. And here's a word from them real quick, actually.
Little Italy Pizzeria. They got the best cheesesteaks, the best pizza in all of Delaware. 2 locations. One of them is in Townsend, Delaware. The other one is in Middletown. So come in and check it out. It's a great family business, great food, great people, great prices. Got booths here to watch the games. Come in and bring the family, eat some lunch, eat some dinner, have a drink at the bar if you are of age.
Or soda.
Let them know that the greatest podcast on turf sent you, and they will take care of you. This man will likely be here either being a bartender, so listen to him ramble about football, or he'll be cooking your cheesesteak. So come in and check it out.
Yeah, respectfully, I'm the best at what I do. We're the best around. We have the best prices around, best food around. Show us some love without.
I took a shot every time I heard that today.
Without Little Italy, none of these giveaways or studios or opportunities we have been getting lately will be possible. So show them some love, show us some love. And I'm going to jump right into my lock of the week. 12.5 points, a lot of points. I don't give a shit. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers minus 12.5 points at home versus Chicago Bears. I'm keeping it short and sweet. I'll tell you right now, Chicago's getting blown the F out. I don't care who the starter is, Justin Fields, Andy Dalton. They're not going to go in the Lambeau Field. Sunday Night Football.
It's a lie.
Against Aaron Rodgers, a healthy Green Bay Packers team. Jair's coming back. The injured Smith brothers may be coming back. And they're getting one person, another healthy team back. They're going to have a healthy squad. I'll tell you right now, Chicago's not going into Lambeau. Sunday Night Football against a healthy Packers team and not getting blown out. Green Bay's getting blown out.
Striking the weather.
You mean?
If it was raining, you'd be
Chicago's getting blown out by Green Bay.
That's a lot of points. They can definitely do it, but it's going to be cold. So, you never know.
Lock it in and throw the key away.
My first best bet, let's see, where do we want to go? I'll go with the Giants Chargers under. Maybe that's just me being a scavenger and picking at something that's dead. But under 44.5 should be possible. It should make sense. The Giants don't have a quarterback. It's Jake Fromm. The Chargers don't have a receiver. It's Jalen Guyton. So, with all that being said, if these two teams score more than 44.5 points, then so be it. It happened. I'm sorry. But I just don't see how it's possible. Jake Fromm is not going to be able to dot up the Chargers defense, and the Chargers shouldn't be able to throw the ball either.
Listen.
They should both run the ball all the entire game, score about 17-10, and call it a game.
Yeah.
In theory. That won't happen, and Justin Herbert and Jake Fromm will have a duo, or like one of the biggest battles of all time. Probably score 40 points each, but it should happen.
Listen.
I thought Gardner Minshew and Zach Wilson were going to just score 17-10 last week, and I was wrong about that. So, there I am.
Listen, you're talking about the 2 top quarterbacks from the 2020 NFL draft class.
Yeah.
Jay Herbo and Jake Fromm, State Farm.
Yeah.
Give him a little respect, all right?
No.
Jay Herbo versus Jake from State Farm, all right?
Hey, listen, if that happens, I'm very sorry, guys.
Go Georgia.
Moving
I
on,
sincerely apologize.
riding the over-under train. I'm taking the over of 52.5 points between the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The fact of the matter is Tampa Bay's defense isn't very good. This game's in Tampa Bay. The weather's going to be good. Their secondary is very bad. Josh Allen, Diggs should be able to dot up this secondary. Tom Brady's going to have to come out, score a lot of points. Tom Brady doesn't lose to Buffalo to begin with, so I think the Bucs are going to win. But I think they're going to have to put up a lot of points to do it. The Bucs have been putting up a lot of points every week. So with that being said, take the over of this game. I think this is another pretty safe bet to make. You have two of the highest powered offenses in football going up against each other. So I'm taking Tampa Bay Bills going over 52.5 points.
Staying on that trend, I am taking the Cardinals Rams over 51.5 points. I was Googling to see if it was a dome. I thought it was. So Cardinals are at home. I think that these two teams score a lot of points. I think the Cardinals end up winning the game, but I could honestly see both of them scoring upper 20s, arguably both in the 30s. You got Kyler Murray going up against the Rams offense that should be explosive, that should be able to score a lot of points. Both of these teams should throw the ball around the yard. Unless it's a blowout, I think this game is going to be a high-scoring one. And I think even if it is a blowout, the other team is going to score in the fourth quarter. So I'm taking over 51.5. It doesn't seem like that much. The Rams last week, they blew out the Jaguars, and they were still probably pretty close to 51.5. So against the Cardinals, I think this game should go over inside of a dome with two top-powered offenses, two top teams contending. So, give me the Cardinals over.
Yeah, and for my final best bet, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals minus 1 point at home versus the San Francisco 49ers. This comes down to me. Vegas is pretty much saying pick who you think is going to win. I think the Bengals win this one. I think the Bengals are a better team than the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo's god-awful. He sucks. We saw that last week down the stretch versus the Seahawks. I think the Bengals are going to need to come out here, put up a lot of points. I think they're going to be able to because I don't think the 49ers are very good. So I'm taking the Bengals in pretty much a pick-em game. I think they're going to win, and I think if the spread stays like this at 1.5 points, maybe even 2 points, it's a safe pick for the Bengals.
My final best bet this week, I'm taking the Ravens plus 2.5, traveling to Cleveland. I don't know, I feel like the Ravens should be favorites. I feel like they're the better team. Cleveland has not been good this year. The Ravens just took another big blow in losing Marlon Humphrey. But I still think that the Ravens can win this game. I think they win the game in general. That's why I'm taking the plus 2.5 points. If they end up losing by 1, you also win. That ain't going to happen, though. It's not very likely at all. Unless they play against the Steelers and try to go for 2.
Because Harbaugh sucks.
Unless they do that. So give me the Ravens plus 2.5. If they go for 2, you'll still end up winning because it is plus 2.5. So give me the Ravens. And my final best bet is Dustin Poirier minus 165. That's it.
Shout out Poirier. Shout out Sugar Sean. Big fights this weekend. Check out the UFC fights, the greatest podcast on turf.
We will touch on that on the podcast. Maybe. Probably.
Absolutely. At the start, we'll check on it before my brother tries to take over like he did last time he was on. So that being said, show us some love. Follow us on Instagram. Show our sponsor, Literally Pizzeria, my family's business, some love. And with that being said, we'll see you guys on Tuesday with, we don't know yet. So we'll see you guys Tuesday.
See ya.
Jinx.